Who cries for the little girl that sits at home alone? Who cries for the little girl who's trying to make it on her own? Who cries for the little girl who cries by herself, waiting for her mother to turn her back on the premature door of death? Who cries for the little girl who watches the smoke fill the room? Who cries for the little girl who feels like she's doomed? Who cries for the little girl who wants a way out, but ends up in the arms of a boy who's abusive to her and tears her down with his mouth? Who cries for the little girl who's lost in the streets? Who cries for the little girl who daily gets beat? Who cries for the little girl as she hides behind her bloodshot eyes? Who should be sitting in a classroom giving the answers to the whys? Who cries for the little girl who one day has the courage to walk away? Who cries for the little girl as she stumbles and tries to find her way? Who cries for the little girl who finally found her voice? She was tired of being mute, but internal wounds left her no choice. Who cried for the little girl when she gave her life to Christ? Who was there to hold her as she came up from the water that night? Who cries for the little girl who's still trying to find her way? So many nights I cry and I pray. I am the little girl who cried for the little girl. I am now the woman who cries for the little girls. Who cries for the little girl?